up, y'all? What it do? We are here for our continued series of the 2023 predictions. We're taking a look ahead at what we can expect from August. I'm finding it really helpful to take a month-by-month look ahead at the beginning of the year, just to see what kind of timeline we have as far as the story arc goes for the year ahead. If life was a show, it's like, what are we going to be dealing with in this season of life, right? So we're looking at like episode August. So Gnosis comes out as our archetypal energy. And you know what? I've got my books over here. One second, let me grab them. This is a deck. These are decks that I use specifically every year for my monthly, yearly predictions, but they're not decks that I use that often, so, or at least some of them aren't. So I've got some of them here to refer to for us so that we don't miss anything. But so far, so last month, we were beginning to have signs of positivity and light after a couple of months of sort of trials and tests of April and May. There was a period of June where we were really being asked to offer of ourselves, right? And so then in July, it was like there was a period of, opportunity and things coming about. And so in August, this is Gnosis, and so I'm already feeling like it's going to have to do with looking at our truth and our higher truth as it pertains to the greater whole and how we've grown over the year, because in August we begin preparing for Rosh Hashana, and it's 1 month of really looking at ourselves very deeply to see how far we've grown through the year, what we wanted, how far we wanted to come as far as our spiritual goals for last year. It's like, are we becoming that person that we wanted to see manifest? And so it's going to be a time of self-inventory. I feel like we're never out of self-inventory and reflection, but that's good because it's a great place to be in to keep you in that miracle zone. So let's look up Gnosis. You should also, you can save this video in a playlist and refer to these as, throughout the year. I do. I have a playlist set aside for you guys on the channel. 2023 predictions playlist is where you can find all of these month by month. And then I have an overall workshop that had to do with the year's themes, and some really practical spiritual tools from Kabbalah that I included that are game changing as far as helping you apply them to your day-to-day life, how you workshop your decisions and your comings and goings. It's really valuable. So go look at the 2023 predictions video that just talks about the whole year. Okay, Gnosis. Innermost knowing, mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures, in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Oh, it's a look back of the year, isn't it? It's like having this deep knowing inside. This goes right along with, I'm filming this in February, and it's the first couple of days of February, and today our weekend reading was just about having come through these challenges, and even recent challenges where the volume maybe have been turned up on discomfort. It's just this peace inside, being in that eye of the storm, just going through it and feeling certainty held by the Creator. And I think as we're coming, to a closing point of the spiritual year, we're seeing, wow, how rooted in this truth we've become, and how our life is rooted in that truth, and now it's becoming a reflection of it, and it's marvelous. Let's see, it's the experience that we've known, right? Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, and perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemist takes their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. So this is like that deep cosmic truth that is like living and residing within ourselves, within our souls, within our spirit, that we can tap into, that can come through. It's just that practice of that, and that discipline of emptying of the self, emptying of the ego, so that we can tap into that pure wisdom, that pure truth that doesn't come from books, right? But it comes from reflecting on your experience, you know, and living it, and then embodying that again and again. But it's, you start to see the way that that source, that creator is within all things, and it's amazing. It's life-changing. It changes the way you see everything after that. Okay, what is our feminine archetypal goddess power energy that we're going to be using to help us this month? What kind of archetypal feminine energy should we be? Ooh, okay, Persephone in experience. Amazing. So, like this card was saying, it's like you're drawing upon your known lived experience and that eternal internal wisdom inside of you. The connection that you're feeling with this like greater cosmic knowing and awareness and these greater truths coming in. But you're also like approaching them from the wisdom of knowing you know little. Socrates said that a wise man knows that he knows little, but a fool thinks he knows everything. And so Persephone was this innocent novice, right? Who was lured into Hades. And while she was there, she was tricked into eating a pomegranate. And so because of that, because she took, you know, from the realm of the dead and ate of the food of her enemies, she was cursed to be married to the ruler of Hades. Is his name Hades? I can't remember. But she was forced to like live in the realm of the dead half of the year. And then she was able to walk free during the spring and the summer for the other half of the year, for 6 months of the year. So learn from Persephone. Learn from your experience. Be a fool when it's wise to be a fool, and be wise and knowing when it's foolish not to be. Use your experience. Use your wisdom. You know, we've been talking about these themes. It's like what's been leading us up to this point in this month of the year is like these tests and these trials to see if we can be strong enough to hold on to the self that we've worked so hard to establish, right? Or are we going to be influenced by, you know, the changing circumstances or people in our life and our expectations of others? It's like we have been working hard to establish this interdependence and these boundaries. And so they're going to be tested through the year. And so remember what we learned from Persephone, which is to, first of all, I never eat food of mine enemy. And I learned this in Kabbalah class. I'm taking Kabbalah 5 right now. The other day, our teacher David was talking about how it's just like it's important to be careful about who you sleep with, because you're exchanging the energy of your souls with that person. It's also very important to pay attention to who you break bread with, who you eat with, because that portal of the mouth and that portal of the sexual organs, they're both the gateways of life and death. And so they both have the capacity to open us up to sharing energy with people, right? And so be careful, you know, who you're exchanging energy with. I'm going to read her lesson. Sometimes not knowing is a great gift. Right now, the Greek goddess Persephone invites you into a state of open-hearted learning. Discernment comes with experience. And at this moment, it's okay to admit that you don't know or fully understand what is in front of you. Be curious and teachable. The goddess Persephone will be with you to ensure you will not fall prey to the unconscious commitments and dangerous alliances, just as her own naivete caused her to strike a terrible deal with the god of the underworld. That said, every experience has value. No matter what choice you make right now, the consequences will have lasting effect as you integrate your lessons and travel the road of your destiny. Very interesting. Ha ha ha. Okay, well, let's see what our animal spirit guide has to say. Let's see what our animal helper is for the month. Ooh, dragonfly. Ooh, I love this. Okay, so this is an air. The dragonfly, from what I can remember, is about renewal and rebirth, and they skim, like they're attracted to water and ponds and lakes and creeks and stuff, and they skim across the surface of those waters. And so I feel that dragonfly, something in this has to do with bringing that higher consciousness in connection to the subconscious. We're bringing those into both into our awareness, so that we can use our experience, use our inner wisdom to rise above the subconscious patterning, right? This is a year of rebirth and renewal, spiritual guidance, being guided and led and supported. Okay, dragonfly. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly, here's Persephone from before. I don't know if she's the goddess of spring as well. And then dragonfly, okay? Dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in all. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still? Dreamlike or crystal clear? What are the qualities of the waters? Is it a stagnant pond? Is it a moving stream? Is it a crystal clear lake? What are the influences of the subconscious that are changing the quality of these waters, right? Causing moods, feelings. The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. So, yeah, there's something in August that's not going to be obvious. It's going to be a very subtle test for us. I'm so excited to find out more about what we can expect, but it's very interesting that it's okay to have a beginner's mind when we're dealing with this, and it's okay that we're not supposed to know. This is us as freshmen getting tested again in new subjects, right? Maybe not subjects that we've never studied, but we're being tested and we're studying at a new level. So it's okay. Have a beginner's mind. Do your best you can to tap into your own discernment, your own inner wisdom, and your own higher guidance. But really, we're working on, bringing up what's in the subconscious that's affecting our perception and the way we think and approach things. Okay, so our tarot cards that came out were Four of Wands. We've got Seven of Swords in reverse, Judgment, and Four of Cups. And so right off the bat, I'm seeing that the Four of Wands is about harmony. It's about a time of celebration. It's about a time of feeling, you know, fulfillment and peace and joy and happiness. It's a time that has been well earned, but it's a season, right? And sometimes the signal's weddings or graduations, but it's a time that is marked by fulfillment and contentment. The Seven of Swords was reversed. I feel like this experience that's in front of us is helping us get more clear on what it is that's robbing us from our potential, what it is that's robbing us of our energy, our resources, our attention, our blood, sweat, and tears. What is taking from us that's not returning? I think that we're seeing through false appearances or facades. If people have been disingenuine or they've been wearing masks, I think that we're starting to see through all of it very clearly now. And we're making moves based on that discernment, and we're not looking away. We're not letting the wool be pulled over our eyes anymore. Judgment card came up. The wake-up call has sounded. We are awake. Our eyes are wide open. We've learned our lessons from the past, and we are not going to let this rob our joy and our peace and our contentment and our stability. We are going to move forward, right? And we're not afraid to make the moves that we need to make to set boundaries and to protect ourselves and to protect our energy. There's something here in the Four of Cups. You know, she's wearing the sweatshirt. She's like over it, right? She's over things that are wasting her time and her energy. And she sees clearly what needs to be done now, right? We see what the patterns, the subconscious patterns, the way they've been driving us toward desires and urges and things that don't really have any value to give us in return. We've been ignoring the real potential. We've been ignoring, you know, this new sense of fulfillment and this source, the true source of fulfillment, because we're focused on these other things that we're dissatisfied with or that aren't working out. So be sure that you don't stagnate your energy or get in poutiness or blow off something that could be good because you're too focused on, you know, like being victimized or bored or blasé. It's like you really need to stoke your passion and fire and keep it alive and pay attention to the opportunities that are offered to you, right? Because this person, the Four of Cups, is always pushing off the good opportunity and entertaining all the things that don't matter, right? If someone else is treating you like Four of Cups, they're not prioritizing you, right? So either you're misprioritizing this month, or you've had it up to here with people who aren't prioritizing you anymore, or with giving yourself and your talents and your resources to things that aren't giving anything back in return, that aren't seeing your value. Ooh. Oh, ooh. Snap. Okay, let's get some clarity here from the straightforward oracle. Let's get 4 cards. Okay, that one flipped over. Creation phase 3. Oh my God, are we ever going to manifest anything in our lives? So we've been in creation phase 3 throughout this whole year. So don't worry if you're not seeing exactly the results that you want to be seeing. These are all tests. And the faster that you can move through these tests, more certainty, more grace, more depth in change and transformation, the faster your manifestations are going to come through. And it doesn't mean that nothing's going to be coming through this year. It's just that it's going to be coming through in stages. The more you can walk through these sacrifices, these initiations, these portals, right? Underneath Seven of Swords, somebody's got hurt feelings. And I have a feeling that you're going to be made aware of something that's going to hurt, but it's going to liberate you to move on and break free from anything that's going to waste your time, that's not returning the favor. You've learned your lesson. You're not wasting any time. You're not wasting your tears or your energy on people or things or places that aren't giving it back to you. You might need to take a time out just after this. Let yourself take a second to regroup. Don't be afraid to take a pause in action this month. Take advantage of any chance to rest, replenish. Progress cannot be made at this time. Plan, reflect, and organize. To me, this is like the Hanged Man card. It's a moment of It's a pause in inactivity. There's more going on beneath the surface that meets the eye, but you can take your hands off the wheel for a minute because Spirit is doing its thing, and this is a chance for you to rest, regroup, refocus, and change your perspective. All right, one last card from the Straightforward Oracle, and then we will grab a message from our winged enchantment, from our bird messages. Okay, I've got, this is a mental issue to overcome, stop obsessing, and this is a spiritual issue to overcome. So this, whatever challenge that is presenting to you this month in August, this is not to be dealt with on the physical. Deal with it first on the spiritual and the mental realm. First, stop obsessing. Your obsessive thoughts and your ego, your fear, lack, and doubt are taking you in circles into a downward spiral, and it's causing you to forget your spiritual center. So this is a mental issue to overcome. Everything starts in the realm of thought. If you can control your mind, if you can have mastery over your mind, then you can have mastery over matter. You change the way you live your life. You change the way life responds to you. You literally change your neuroplasticity and your electromagnetism. So the spiritual issue at large is that you're forgetting your spiritual center. Get back to your spiritual discipline. There is an issue of like soul healing and correction that's coming up for you, but your obsessive thoughts are clouding the situation. And so part of it, here, I'll read this to you. It's all in your head. This is a mindset thing. You've got a mental block here. It's just an illusion. There was stuff about illusion before. Oh, the dragonfly. You can change it by choice. Mind over matter. There was something here that we didn't understand before, right? That appearances weren't as they seemed. So we're not quite sure what's going on. Maybe it's best to be very clear in your communication this month as we, find out like what's really going on. Are we avoiding, looking at something for real? Clean up your thoughts. Why do you think that? Your thoughts aren't necessarily true. You can choose your thoughts. Just change the channel. Meditate. Inner peace creates outer peace. Something is going on this month that's plaguing your mind. It's not what it seems. And it's your obsessive thought pattern that's blowing it up out of proportion and making it worse than it is. So do the work in yourself and inside before you start trying to take outside action in talking to anybody about it or resolving it. But clean up your side of the street. This is a spiritual issue to overcome. This experience is serving to challenge you for your spiritual transformation. Growth through challenges. You are supposed to go through this right now. There is something to glean from this. Pause. How you meet this moment can change the situation. Pause. Pause, pause, pause. Choose with your discernment, with your growth, with your experience, with everything you've learned up until now. This is your chance to do things differently. Pause. Rise above your patterns. Pause. Ask, why is this in my movie? Why is this playing out like this? How does Source want me to show up in this situation? Pause. How you meet this moment can change the situation. Overcoming reactivity. The situation might seem like a surface or a material issue, but it's connected to a spiritual lesson that you are meant to learn in this moment. Tests, learning, embodying, challenges, spiritual transformation. All right, one more. Let's get our winged enchantment message in because my sister and her wife are coming over and I can feel them getting closer. All right, what is our bird messenger for the month of August? Ooh, who out of the winged enchantment wants to sing us a little song? Tweet, tweet. Oh, Magpie, my best friend Trace. He's passed away. He hangs around and comes to visit me. But not a lot because he's busy out in the cosmos. I always joked around about him. You only get 40%. He was always texting. Okay, Magpie. I am Magpie, the grand master of complexity. I am dabbler, thief, and magician. Fucking thief. I am the great illusion, reflecting multiplicity of experience. Wow. I am the great illusion, reflecting multiplicity of experience. Things may not be what they seem, but they could get, hold on. Things may not be what they seem, but they could be better than you ever imagined. There may be tricks about, but you need stay one bold step ahead. I am here to discern your true colors and coax them out into the light. What bold ideas are you hoarding in the safety of your nest? What precious gems lay hidden beneath the trash heap of wasted time and squandered resources? I am here to unearth the treasure and hold it up to the light. What new bold colors reveal themselves? What shadows are creeping up from behind? What conversation are you avoiding with your internal chatter? It is time to shed the safety net and go for the most dazzling jewels of your experience. You have caught my attention. You have raised the stakes. You are shining in the light. You are Magpie. Now, I remember last month there were things about it being important, or the last couple of months, to keep using your own authentic voice, to not let anybody silence you or dim you or shame you out of that. Also, to not let anybody rear you off your track of your path just by like shifting your attention off of your goals. Even if you have a new romance going on right now, stay devoted to your goals. Don't waste, squander your time that you could be building your life with because you think that lover won't be there if you aren't there also. You can take things slow. Keep these boundaries established. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being safe for other people to come in, for other influences to come in. Because when we get excited, when we're in love, when we get new friends, we want to go out, party, and see them all the time. But it's like you can't abandon yourself. You can't abandon your dreams, right? Because people come and go. And if you do abandon your dreams and you do abandon yourself, then the people definitely will go because you have abandoned yourself, and therefore you are in a vibration of abandonment. And so people won't respect you. They won't know why, but it'll just be the vibration that you don't have a strong sense of self or who you are. You don't value yourself. So really take your time this month. When things are unclear, don't make any assumptions, right? Do the work inside first. Don't catastrophize, but realize where you are wasting your own time and where others may be as well, or where you are letting them waste your own time, right? This may not mean that this person is a bad person or full of malice. It just might mean that they're excited to spend time with you and you're just Netflix and chilling too many times a week when you could be working on getting your dreams off the ground, right? So be aware of how you are allocating your time, right? Go forward using the experience that you've learned from the past, right? Learn from your past mistakes. Okay, I think overall this is a good promising time and this is a good promising year, but it's not going to come without tests and challenges. So it's all about being strong and true to ourselves this year. Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in your own unique vision and purpose and your voice, and don't let anyone dim your light, okay? It's important that you're shining it because you're a unique expression of source. All right, y'all. I will see you soon. Ciao. Like this video. Subscribe.